Hey,
How's it going?
Manga Chat. It's good. I'm feeling great today. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm moving again in
Oh, shit.
1 week from now. So I just got back from Partners and Son. They put aside a bunch of five. Walked up to Partners and Son. It's fucking boiling hot, and got some boxes. So I feel productive. I've penciled 2 pages. That's my day. How about
You're
you?
fucking killing it. Killing it,
Yeah,
Pettinger. I'm all right. I've just been lurking around, taking care of my kid, just being world's #1 dad, cooking asparagus,
nice.
seeing her off to the park, just taking
Yeah,
care of business. Yeah, cleaned up the studio a little bit, just tinkering, mentally preparing for the world of streaming.
yeah,
And just
yeah.
being the #1 comics chat show on YouTube. Like and subscribe, hit the bells for notification, etc. All that.
Do it.
Lo-fi kayfabe,
Yeah,
bang
yeah.
bang. I'm Ed Piscor, you're Jim Rugg. Let's go.
Yeah. What do we have on the docket today then? That's I'm just trying to be professional here. What are we talking about today? We got
Well, if you'll permit me, Josh,
yeah.
first cab off the rank, I need to plug my new art book. It's the Hypnotic Midday Movie French art book from the
Oh,
Mansion Press.
nice.
What do you think of that,
Nice.
Josh?
It's a nice
It's an art
cover.
book.
Oh, thick.
Yeah, it's all right. This lettering was a bit weird. I'm terrible with lettering. Like, I'm not confident. And I did a bunch of different letterings. I did this weird bowly kind of one with like balls on the end.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the one he went with. I kind of just let the designer go with it. It's a weird concrete kind of vibe. Spot gloss there. You see all of that spot
Oh,
gloss.
that's nice.
It's all right. I would have done something different with this lettering. I would have made this like much bigger or something, or done something more crazy. But I like this kind of empty TV there, the still from the cartoon production, the poorly received cartoon production.
Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah,
to
it's
read
it's
the
a nice.
notes.
Yes, there's a lot of notes. Oh, the light's too bright, but yeah, it's an art book. It's a big white space there. But yeah, look, I've written notes. I didn't. He didn't ask me to do that. I offered it up. I said to add value to the project that there should be copious amounts of notes by me because it
Is
adds
that typed
value.
or is that lettered?
It's typed. I didn't want to hand letter. It would have been too much.
Well, it
Some paintings I have more to say.
looks like a professional art book with the typed. I think it's a bit Tashian or something.
Yeah, this is a coffee table book for sure for your share house.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a segment on the animation backgrounds in there and stuff. And my favourite section's the one in the back here about the Bellevue Arts Museum installation show from 2019 with some information and notes, reminiscences about that time. It's all fun stuff. I kept it light in the notes and gets a bit personal sometimes about my history. Like, the paintings dredged up memories about my mum and Tasmania and old friends. And yeah, you can get it now from the Mansion Press. So I think it's hitting secret headquarters and probably Partners and Son, smart American stores or stores that don't hate me and
Yeah.
still value me after the dud few books I've put out and things I've said online. And the rumors that from pricks that go around that say I'm a horrible person, even though I'm not. That people are trying to destroy my career. They're the
Yeah,
good
yeah,
guys
yeah.
apparently, but they're trying
Mhm.
to destroy a man's career and take his child's food away from them.
Yeah,
Good job,
yeah.
guys. Yeah, it'll be in all good comic stores, and you can get it direct from the Mansion Press. It's a French website
Lovely.
and publisher, but it's all in English. So, thanks for letting me spruik that up there,
But
Josh.
if you
Look,
buy it from Mansion Press, they're going to be buying it from France, right?
yes.
Okay.
So, European viewers get it from them, direct from the publisher. Americans, ask your local comic shop. Say, do you have Hypnotic Midday Movie, the Simon Hanselman book? And if they give you a funny look, so sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have no big art book to promote. Just the only thing I bought this week was Harvey Knight's
Ah.
Odyssey by Nick Mandag. You've obviously read this one, right?
I haven't. It's on the shelf.
Ah,
No, I actually haven't. I think I read the first. I read the first chapter, the coffee one, which I loved,
yeah, yeah.
and I think people have inferred that like that's the hit single, like that's the one. Have you read
Yeah,
the
I've
whole
heard the
thing?
same. Yeah. No, I've not read it yet. My to read pile is just unmanageable, but yeah. I'm excited. I think like The Libertarian is one of my favorite comics ever, and Facility
Yeah,
Integrity is like one of the funniest comics I've read. So yeah, excited to read Harvey
it's
Knight's
great stuff.
Odyssey.
Yeah, look, I got them all here. There's my Harvey Knights. There's The Follies of Wadsworth,
Yeah.
previous one from D&Q. You got The Oath. That's a little pamphlet one. I think that was Pigeon Press, maybe, or that was Alvin. Yeah, the toilet one, Facility Integrity. Libertarian, as previously mentioned by you there, Josh. And Streakers, also a classic.
Yeah,
We're big Mandag fans here.
Yeah, big Mandag
Big Mandag fans. Love the Mandag.
Stands. Yeah.
I hung out with him once.
Yeah?
He's very quiet. He's very reserved. Yeah, but nice guy, nice bloke. Yeah. We got to get him on the chat sometime. Oh fuck, we should have asked him to be in that thing that we're doing.
Oh fuck yeah.
There's still time. There's still time.
Yeah.
Take a mental note, Josh.
Send a message.
I will. We'll send a message. Send him a fucking message.
Good ones.
Yeah,
recommended.
Great. Yeah, from Drawn and Quarterly Publications, a Canadian publisher, but the books are widely available also outside of Canada.
Who we hung out or we spoke to at Comic-Con. Very nice people. Yeah,
we hung out with Peggy and Tom from D&Q quite a bit. We saw them quite a bit. They turned up to all the panels.
Took
they were
over
lovely.
Some of the panels.
Yeah, a little bit. Tom was a massive cunt to me back in the day. I remember him being really rude to me. It's like he was pretending to not hear me once at a party. I was just like, fuck you, and walked off. But since then, we've hung out in France, and he was really nice, and they were lovely at Comic-Con. And maybe it was just a perception by me in like 2016 or whatever, but I could have sworn he was being very, very dismissive. And he used to do High Water books back in the day. That was his old publisher in the early 2000s that published all the Fort Thunder guys. And apparently I've heard that they don't like me, a lot of them. So because they thought I was a rip-off of their kind of style. So I suspected maybe he just heard things and he was like, that's that young Australian rip-off guy of all the artists I'm friends with. But don't know. This is all conjecture on my part. But yeah, lovely. We love Tom and Peggy here. We love them. Yeah, hi Peggy if you're watching. I know that she watches Manga Chat sometimes. Yeah. What else have I got here? There's a young artist I've been checking out recently. It's David Enos. This is a strip of his. It's in Vacuum Decay, but I've ordered some of his books, and he's a young father like myself, but sort of surrealistic kind of stuff. I've been digging it. David Enos. He's got a new book out, I think, called Whispered Words, which I just purchased from 50 Watts Books. Maybe I got it from, but you can Google it. You're smart. Manga Chat viewers are smart. But, And we should also say, if you like horror, I don't. I'm a pussy, and I don't like horror. But if you do, check out Vacuum Decay from Harry Nordlinger, aka the affable Brown Garfield. Lovely guy, but we love Harry Nordlinger here. Excited to see him at Short Run in November.
Well, I don't mind horror. I can't stand body horror, and that's like there's a lot of that in Vacuum Decay. It's a good series, just like a little bit too much body horror for me. Yeah,
I read one strip in it that was just like a baby being tortured, and I was just like, no, I'm a dad. Like it's like that Johnny Ryan comic recently. There's a baby in an oven. I was just like, no, I can't do it. Like it's just a nice Jasper Jubinville comic in here. Probably perhaps an uncollected. Don't know. Very dense. But so some good stuff. You got Mike Diana in here as well, like who was arrested.
Good people. I think J. Webster Sharp's in one of them too.
Yes, issue 4. A very good J. Webster Sharp comic with the train and some sausages or something. Yeah, fantastic. We love J. Webster Sharp. She, a young British lass. She's fantastic. Great stuff.
Northern.
When did Mike Diana go to jail? I can't remember. It was like late 90s or something. I've still not seen the documentary about all that, but yeah, he was working at like a school or something, and he was Xeroxing his comics there, and some pages got jammed in the copier, I believe, and it was a big obscenity trial, and he actually did jail time. Crazy, Florida, I think, of course. Yeah, crazy stuff there. Yeah, fascinating guy. I feel like it's going to happen again, like at some point, they're going to, Maya Kababi's going to go to jail or something, like they're going to like put a bunch of YA artists to be put into jail on obscenity charges. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully not.
That would be just. I can't think of a more embarrassing thing to go to jail for. If I was like, I drew a Ted Wood comic about jizz, and that's why I'm here.
What are you in for? What are you in for? Jizz comics. I drew a silly comic, and some people got upset. Bang! Get your teeth knocked out immediately, and then just like sodomized 5 times in a row. Yay!
I wouldn't mind being cancelled so much, but prison for comics, it wouldn't be worth it.
It's a bit excessive.
Yeah.
I know we talk about Alex Graham a lot on the stream, but the Devil's Grin 4, we plugged this a few weeks ago. I finally made the time to sit down and read it yesterday. I sat down in my reading beanbag over here, my old school brown reading bag, and I was blown away. I felt like I was a teenager again. I have trouble focusing these days. I'm a busy, dad, a workaholic. So to actually sit down and engage with a piece of art or media, I've tried to read things recently. I just sort of like, my eyes glaze over it. But this, I sat down like, I need to read it. I need to read it. And I was glued from cover to back cover. I just sat there ensconced. I felt like I was 15 years old reading a bunch of Pete Bagg comics back in the quiet old days when minds were quieter and you could focus on things because there's nothing else to do. There were no phones. So no, you were a kid, you were young. But I had the best time. That Alex's pacing and dialogue so good. And it's just such a horny comic. Just the way Alex writes sexual relationships, it's so tense and sweaty and horny. I love Robert, this character, and just it really just, I wrote to Alex and just like, thank you so much, Alex, for just making a good comic and something I give a fuck about. But just Dandelion and Robert's relationship in this, and they were hanging out in a park. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but it's set in the 70s. It's a period piece, and they were hanging out in a park, just drinking with like these teenage runaways, and just talking about the future and music, and just this simmering sexual tension, and it was fucking great. And available internationally easy now. Alex has made it so you can go to like what's that cool store in Berlin?
All the Problems in This World. Yeah,
you can get them from there. Rahel Suskind, I believe she works some days at that store. So she's a good cartoonist as well. You could go in and talk to her about good comics. But I cannot recommend this enough. If you like classic underground comics and just like the good comics from the 90s and just stuff that reads well, highly recommended. Issues 3 and 4 of this have just been firing on all fucking pistons and has me so excited. Thank you, Alex Graham. Like, sincerely, thank you for making comics that are readable and good and don't piss me off, and just feel human and just feel real and just it was like a religious experience almost reading this thing. I can't wait for the next one. Thank you, Alex.
I need to get on to issue 4.
Oh, no, really. Yeah, comics. It's like it's the magic of comics. It's just this one strange woman slaving away in her apartment, in between bouts of illness. But then just smashing out these comics and just it's one person's pure crackpot vision. Absolute fucking magic. The pure magic of comics.
The thing I was thinking about was like Alex will always be posting like finish work 3 a.m. or whatever, and it's like it comes through in the comic like that series really feels like it's all nighttime. It's all like very like insomniac night owl people,
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, in this issue they're up until like they see the sunrise, like they're up all night.
Yeah.
I was just so magical about it, and it's just it feels kind of real. And there's a character in there, like a cartoonist character in this weird building that draws these comics that kind of come true. So it's just I don't know. It's such a it's a weird. It feels very real, very I don't know, something magical about it, very special.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, comics, love them. When they're good, they're good.
Yeah. The good ones are good.
Yeah, and the shit ones are shit. There's a lot of good ones out there.
The medium ones are medium.
Same as film, same as candles. Like I'm sure, like candle makers get together and like, have you seen Barry's candles? They're fucking shite, aren't they?
You think? I wonder if I wonder if some of them like might look down on the scented ones, like it's a crutch. The scent's a crutch. Look at the craftsmanship on the actual candle is dog shit.
Yeah, they're just getting by on smells, Josh.
Anyone can make vanilla.
There actually is a lady I follow on Instagram who started making candles, like an artist, and the candles are incredible. Like, I do think they are like top tier, amazing candles, and compared to other candles, like they do put the other candles to shame. But Oh, I just want to read all these Nick Mandag books now.
Yeah, fun. I
What
find
else is
his
going
books.
on?
I always just like. I said like the thing about comedy is I always just like blow through them like so quickly too, and it's like there's like I'm excited to read that one, the Mandag one.
Yeah, I got to dig into the rest of it. I'm hoping I'll enjoy it as much as an Alex Graham production.
Yeah.
It's just so nice to be hooked and just
Mhm. Yeah, and she's putting them out fast too, so it's not like you're hooked on an issue and then you're waiting a year for the next one. She's like putting them out.
I think she's 26 pages into the fifth one, which
Crazy.
and she has PMDD. You can read a big article about it and stuff. But yeah, two weeks of the month she's kind of out of action, and but yeah, she really makes a time worth it in the 2 weeks when she
Yeah,
can work, and just yeah, she's probably my favorite cartoonist going right now. One
yeah,
of definitely
yeah,
top tier.
yeah.
She was robbed for that LA Times Book Prize, absolutely fucking robbed. But
Yep.
apparently Wash Day Diaries was better than Dog Biscuits, apparently. And Men I Trust by Tommy Parrish, apparently that wasn't good enough either. But yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Here's another cartoonist I enjoyed just briefly. I do enjoy the work of Sami Alwani. I don't know if we talked about Sammy on the show. Got
We
big
haven't,
Roman
but yeah,
Muradov
yeah,
quote on. We love Roman. Big
yeah,
Roman
yeah.
Muradov quote. And Ben Catshaw and a Simon Hanselman quote. Look at that. The
That's
old
an old
toxic
one, isn't
Simon
it, though?
Hanselman. Yeah, I think this is the collection that came out like 2 years ago or something. But yeah, a wide array of lovely cartooning in here, from your sort of thin line kind of stuff, and then there's pencil-y kind of stuff, like sort of earlier stuff of Sammy's when I first met him at SBX. I think that's this weekend, isn't it? SBX. I
Yeah,
don't give a
SPX.
shit.
I believe it
Don't know.
starts maybe
Yes.
today. Does it start today or is it tomorrow?
I don't know. Who cares? Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Conundrum Press, a Canadian publisher, I believe. Yeah, The Pleasure of the Text by Sami Alwani, highly recommended by me. And Roman Muradov, who's also someone you can trust, and Ben Catshaw. But yeah, no, it's an older title. It's a backlist title, but I think Sammy just needs to get a bit more cred and a bit more props,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's an exciting cartoonist. I'd love to have him on once we get our
yeah,
streaming
yeah,
tech sorted and start getting our guests again. I would love to get Sammy on. He came by my
yeah.
house a couple of months ago, and we hung out by my fire pit and had a lovely private chat. And lovely guy.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You buy any
Have
other
you been
books this
watching
week?
anything? What? Oh,
Oh,
what?
watching.
What?
Yeah, I watched this show, Telemarketers, which I told you about, and we'll be able to talk about it
Vaguely,
next
yeah.
week maybe. But it's like, have you ever seen American Movie?
I haven't. I have it on DVD.
Yeah,
It's part of my excessive DVD collection of movies I've not watched.
yeah. Well, I think it's like it's like American Movie. Most people would have seen it. It's one of the best documentaries of all time. I think this is on a level of that. Just like it's basically like about these this guy who works in New Jersey as a telemarketer for like basically a scam. Like they pretend to be police and call people up and ask for donations, and it's just about him and that workplace, and then they eventually but him and this other guy Pat, who is like a this like very charismatic, likable junkie. Kind of reminds me a bit of like Zach Galifianakis or somebody like that, and
Hmm.
he's just like so compelling to watch, and they kind of together try and like ham-fistedly try and expose the whole thing, and it's you gotta watch it. It's like incredible. It's like three
Hmm.
parts, and it's like one of the best things I've seen this year.
I googled it. It's on HBO Max. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Max.
yeah,
It's been rebranded
yeah,
as
yeah.
Max. Oh yeah, no, I've
Which
got it
sucks
on my
now.
watch list.
HBO Max sucks. I used to like enjoy going through like the movies alphabetically, but they don't do that anymore. It's just like they just suggest 5 movies for each row, and it's hard to find anything to watch on Max.
Really, I've tried to get off the stream train. I'm trying to just watch physical
Yeah,
media and DVDs. I keep ordering stuff. Like I just ordered this movie, Shiva Baby, by the
yeah.
director of a movie called Bottoms that's in the cinemas right now. It's like a
Oh yeah,
young coming
yeah,
of age queer comedy that's supposed to be quite funny and quite good and a bit edgy. I really want to see it, but this was the first movie by the director. A young woman who goes off to a Shiva, and it's a sort of dark comedy. But and then I bought it for like $15, and then it's on Max. So I could
yeah,
have just watched it on Max, but and I might not like it. It could be shit, and I've just paid $15. But it feels
yeah,
ethical to me. I don't like just streaming shit, or I don't pirate anything. I just feels ethical to,
Yeah.
you know, it's like going to the cinema. I paid my money and I'm going to watch the movie at my own
What do
leisure.
you think? Like, something like, I don't know if this is worth like talking about, but I see so much nowadays. People like, there's been a shift. Like, people are so like aggressively pro piracy these days. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like, is it stealing from artists? I don't know.
I think it is. I think it's part of the
Yeah.
culture of just like gimme, 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 the gives culture, like, you know, lazy people sitting around praying for a UBI. I think it's part of that,
It
perhaps. I don't
always
know.
sits. It always sits weird with me when I see people so aggressively pro piracy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people pirate my books, and I don't mind if, like, because I grew up very poor, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I went to the library, and I, you know,
Yeah.
couldn't afford things. So if it's a poor kid who's going to
Mm-hmm.
get something from the books and enjoy them, the way I used to enjoy stuff when I was a kid, then go
Yeah.
for live again. What were we talking about? I think we're just rambling about streaming sites, weren't we?
Yeah, I think I was talking about telemarketers, which I recommend to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, talked about HBO Max. I showed off my DVD that I bought that I probably won't watch for months and months. I've got other
Yeah.
ones like this Spacked Out. It's like a Hong Kong movie from the year 2000. It's like four poor young girls who go off to try and get an abortion, like the bad part of town. It's like a coming of age movie. Sounds
Can't say
fucking great.
spacked out anymore. I think that's
Well, it's spelt different. It's spelt
okay.
differently, I think. SPACK. I don't know what
No,
that.
that's how I
You
spelt
know.
it as a kid.
Oh, really? It was probably a cultural thing. I don't know,
Yeah.
but. Well, also this Love Exposure. It's a 4 hour long Japanese film about an upskirt photographer. But I think he uses like he's training like doing ninja moves so he can get the perfect upskirt photography, and it sounds fucking crazy. And this movie Assholes, which is it's actually got Brian Blomerth art
Oh wow.
here. Oh, yeah, I like Brian Blomerth. He's someone we should get on the show as well. He's fucking great.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's one of the most disgusting movies ever made. A surreal comedic masterpiece, and yeah, one of the most disgusting movies ever made. I think it's two anus fetishists who meet in a rehab center. As you know, there's lots of amyl nitrate references here, and I think their heads. I was spoiled in that. I think their heads turn into giant anuses, and it's really
Yeah.
gross. But couldn't resist the combination of most disgusting movie ever and Brian Blomerth art. I had to pick that up. And I've also got the last one here of my recent pickups, Reform School Girls from Vinegar Syndrome. This is a movie I saw when I was like 6 years old that
Yeah.
warped me and scarred me for life. It's a spoofy comedy, prison ladies comedy, sort of an erotic. I don't know, but I just have these memories of being at the bar where my mother worked. I used to sleep under the pool table sometimes, but I was upstairs with the other bikey kids, the bikers that hung around that bar, and they're violent, weird kids who are probably in prison now for murder. But yeah, I watched this with them when I was 6, and a kitten gets squashed like with a high heel, like they kill a
Oh
kitten.
wow.
There's lots of tits and ass and a big flaming school bus and just lots of like 80s hair and
Oh, that's
lingerie.
cool.
But it really did a number on me. So I think my friend Leon, who runs a company in Australia called X Film, a buddy of mine, Leon O'Regan, shout out Leon if you watch Manga Chat. Love you, buddy. Haven't seen him for years. Love him, love him. Used to be a good zine maker as well. Anyway, he helped me track this down. He told me years ago that it's Reform School Girls. That's what you're talking about, Simon. I'm excited to watch this and flash back to being 6 years old and watching movies I really shouldn't have been watching with kids that I
Yeah.
shouldn't have been hanging out with at a bar that I was too young to be at. Yeah, movies. You got to watch them sometimes when you're drawing, you know, and it informs your comics practice. You can't just read comics. You have to go to poetry readings. You've got to go to art galleries. You've got to watch cinema.
The other movie that messed me up, and I don't know what it's like. It wasn't even that extreme. It kind of tame it, but it's Heavenly Creatures. You ever see that? The Kate Winslet
Mm.
movie. There was something about like it being like so like sexually charged, and then the head bludgeoning. I don't know. That really was like quite traumatic, but also like other feelings involved with that.
And of course, I own it on DVD and haven't watched it since I purchased it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Peter Jackson. It's the Lord of
yeah,
the Ringsman. I think it's like one of his early films after Bad Taste and Brain Dead, and this is his first sort of foray into serious, more dramatic stuff. But yeah, it
yeah.
fucked me up. I watched this when I was a teenager, quite young. Like I don't know, when did it come out? I was like 14. Year on this cheap DVD for some reason. Yeah, that's a fucked one.
Yeah, that
So
bludgeoning.
yeah,
It's like
so
really stuck with me.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Is it good that kids watch stuff like that? I mean, as an artist, maybe it's a good thing that we're
Yeah.
tainted by these things when we're young. It's sort of, I don't know, when you're impressionable, it sets us on our path to making weird art. I don't know.
Yeah.
My kid's not watching shit like that though.
No.
No, she just watches Bluey or.
Is
Yeah,
that
I
with the,
do.
is
I
that with the rock?
legitimately.
Is that the one with the rock in it? No, that's
That's Moana.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Moana as well. Like, two of my favorite movies are Moana and Encanto. I love them.
Yeah.
I think I've told this anecdote before, maybe on the show, about Nathan Cowdery, that his brother-in-laws, and they were watching Encanto with the kids, and then the kids all went to bed, and Nathan was like, "Well, I'm going to go off to bed too. You're not going to stay and finish Encanto to watch it because my kid wants to watch it, but it's a legit, it's a quality latter-day Disney production. If you've not seen Encanto, get out there and see
I
Encanto.
can't remember where I would have seen Moana. Did I see some of it at your house? Maybe, I don't know.
Probably.
I can't remember where I saw it, but yeah, very like stunning.
Where else
visuals.
would you be watching?
Yeah.
Moana. Yeah. No, the water. I wonder about how they program the water, like the CG animation. I don't understand all that. I'm a Luddite, but yeah, lovely water and yeah, the story's good, and I like all the characters. But I legitimately really love this. Yeah, I've got a few things to list here, Josh. Just a few new comics that are out. At Breakdown Press, we had Tom Oldham on the show early on in the Manga Chat history. I love Breakdown Press. They've got a new series of manga pamphlets of like classic pre-war manga coming out. Jim Hemingfield, big Megan Mogg hardcore nerds will know the name Jim Hemingfield, but he's actually helping out on the editing and design, which is exciting. Jim's a big old manga head. He knows his stuff. Yes, that's exciting. I purchased them quickly before they sell out. They will sell out probably. So go get those from Breakdown Press. New Liam Cobb book as well. We're going to get Liam Cobb on the show once we get better streaming tech and start getting guests again. We promise. It's going to be exciting. But yeah, Breakdown Press in the UK, putting out some great new stuff. And also CF, who hates me apparently, but I'll still plug his work because I like him. He's got 2 new zines since we last did an episode. 2 more zines at his website, which is, I think, 333.org or something. You Google it. CF333, hard to Google, but yeah, 2 new hard to track down zines. They're only limited to like 300 copies each, but they're still up. I checked this morning; they're still on the website. He seems to actually send stuff out these days. He was famous for never sending packages out, but he seems on it these days. He's professional. Even though he hates me, apparently, I still receive the packages. Although I do order them under my wife's name, so I kind of try to trick him.
Like, is that like an exaggeration? Like he was just like very slow with it, or no one got the books, or.
I think sometimes he'd be a bit slow with it, and yeah, well, I don't know if you send stuff, they generally get where they're going. There's always like a small percentage of things. I don't know. I think life got in the way, or he's a traveling noise musician guy, a crazy artist, a brilliant artist. Like I don't know, printing problems along the way, just a delay. But I always received everything from Chris. I don't think I ever. I think maybe I messaged him once, like, what's going on here? Like, I ordered this. I know you hate me, but come on, it's been 6 months, and I think it turned up in the end, probably begrudgingly, but I kid. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, fascinating artist. One of the greats, one of the modern greats, CF. So go and chuck him some money and support him in his endeavors.
Speaking of shipping, this is a problem I did not think I was going to encounter, but when I was shipping off, I saw when I put out my last comic, Warm Television, I did like a print and a T-shirt with it. Sending a print with a T-shirt is like an impossible thing to do, because like you can't like fold the T-shirt and put it in the envelope, because it'll create a lump that will make it bend. So it's just like it's been the most frustrating tactical thing of like trying to get a T-shirt and a print shipped together. Yeah,
when you did that, when you were like, Warm Television coming out, order the option with the print or the T-shirt. I was like, oh, Josh, oh, no. I stopped selling T-shirts or prints myself. Secret Headquarters does it for me, and they take their cut, and it's such a bitch to package that stuff together. It really, you're a brave man, Josh.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a headache, but they're all out, they're all sent out, and hopefully they enjoy their bent prints.
I was so pissed off with all the misprints in this last thing. Like a bunch of copies, they doubled up all the pages, made it unreadable, and I didn't put page numbers in, so a lot of people were really confused and like, is it supposed to be like that? But Yeah, they're gonna have to give me about $1,000 credit on my next order through my printer.
Yeah.
Then it's work for me. Then I have to go through and like screenshot all these fucking complaints and all pictures of all the books and like prove to them, and it's just more work for me. These fucking dumb cunts. But yeah, the second issue of this thing, it's done here. I'm just working on the covers over the next few days, next week, and a bit of back matter, but it's basically done. And then I'm going to start Meg's Coven, and I'm going to actually write the first fucking chapter of Meg's Coven before I allow myself to do issue 3 of this. That's my promise. My promise to you.
Speaking of
patient
covers,
readers.
I got I'm basically like past halfway point of penciling this. Gonna back out the ink soon, but yeah, the new zine. Best regards.
I love that big muscle man Tedwood down the bottom. Bring it up a bit. Bring it up a bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, sort of like a Fletcher Hanks kind of Tedwood.
Gonna change that to $10 though. I don't know why I put 8. That was stupid.
You're selling yourself short.
Yeah, I think I was like originally it was going to be 20 pages, like a real short, like just like quick zine. But then it's like the story's expanded, so it's going to be longer and
the scooter one. No way. I don't know. You told me about one of the new ones. It cracked me the fuck up. The premise. I love it. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I've just been like constantly drawing all these scooters and.
Nightmare.
Drawing scooters now, but it's going to be a good one. It's a good story.
Yeah, you're on fire, Pettinger. You're on fire.
And you finished the second issue of You Will Own Nothing.
And you will be happy. Yep, second issue. I'm just working, as I said, on the covers and the back matter.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I did my previously on page, kind of like Alex Graham does in The Devil's Grin. The previously on, so fill in people who missed out on the first issue.
You're drawing that small?
I'm just drawing actual comic book size. Yeah, this is just the actual size of a comic book. I'm just drawing true to size. Yeah.
If you ever get
I know you expect.
It'd be funny
if
you ever get like a your version of the Dan Clowes original art book or Chris Ware's monograph. It's just going to be comics.
Yeah, that's what people have said. Oh, you should do one of those, and it's like I don't do any edits to my comic. They just buff out the paper texture around the panels, and it's good to go. So there's no reason for me to have an art book except for the Mansion Press Hypnotic Midday Movie art book of all my paintings throughout the years. Go and pick that up. Go and get that from all your local comic shops. Beautiful.
Lovely.
Smells good too. Smells good. Smells like a pair of pleather pants. Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I should fuck off, I guess. I want to go and eat a sandwich. And yeah. I think it's pretty good manga chat. You're welcome. You're welcome, YouTube. You're welcome.
What kind of sandwich are you going to get?
I'm going to be lazy and DoorDash a Firehouse subs for a meatball or Italian. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to pay the fee. I'm going to pay these pirates, and it'll probably cost me like $20 for a sandwich. I'm not sure we've got sandwich meats. My wife's been off on a vacation, so I'm alone, and I've mostly just been focusing on keeping the baby fed, and I've just been drinking coffee and eating biscuits. So I've saved quite a bit of money on food for me, so I guess I can pay $20 for a sandwich and not feel like a complete fucking loser and sucker.
That sounds nice. I think I'm gonna get something to eat in a bit. I don't know what though. Maybe a big salad.
I should just push through to dinner. I think my mother-in-law's coming over with some spaghetti at 5 o'clock, so it's 3.5 hours. I could probably just wait. Yeah, I don't, but I got food poisoning from that spaghetti last time, so maybe I should just eat my sandwich now. That's so tough, just eating corporeal form. Bodies. It's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, All right.
What's your plan for the rest of the day? Editing this up for the YouTube? Having a nice meal?
Yeah, I'll put this episode up. I'm going to finish penciling this page. I have 3 more panels to pencil. And then
nice.
I think I might watch some true crime.
A cover and maybe watch a film. Or I could watch Telemarketers. Nathan Cowdery suggested some stuff I should watch. What was he? Dead Man's Shoes, a movie, and
That's a great one. Shane Meadows. That's Dead Man's Shoes.
Yeah, I ordered the DVD the other day. I'll watch it in 3 years, maybe.
A bit depressing. It's bleak, but it's it's really good.
That's what I hear. But great chat with Cowdery the other day. We talked for 4 hours. Love my Nathan Cowdery. He's on
the best.
War Epic 2 is on the way. He showed me the cover, and it's like Charles Burns level. It's like, whoa. Love my Cowdery. He's a top cunt.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
But signing off. We'll be back next week, hopefully, with the better streaming tech. I think I'm going to pony up the money. You and I will pony it up
Yeah,
for
yeah.
StreamYard. Yeah, thanks
So
for
no
tuning
weird
in,
edits
everyone.
next week. Yeah.
Excelsior. Have a great weekend, everyone. And comics, manga. Mwah.